In this lesson, we will speed up a bit the process, and I will show you how I did the entire process of 3D projection with the 3D wrap tool. So as I mentioned before, there is not a lot of science on this. It's more like a manual work and a bit artistic in the way of trying to match this manually, like, and in the proper position. So it's all the time the same 3D wrap tool, and with the adding edges and with our arrows here, with our gizmo, moving everything to try to match what we have in our reference in the images. So it's important to try to take as a reference the elbows and the knees and some of the areas that are really defined in the texture, so you can place it properly. Luckily, we have in this mesh, we have in our normal map, we have most of the areas really defined, so it's good to it's easier to get everything in the right position in that way. And then again, each time we project, we will mask, especially the face, to remove it, but then all the areas that we don't want. So as I mentioned before, it's important to create a new layer for each projection, and with this we will be able to remove and to have more flexibility and control with each of the projections that we do. So if we would want to create several projections in the same layer would be a problem. And even I'm not sure if it would allow you substance itself to do it, because it's a fill layer. So yeah, sorry, forget about what I said before. You cannot do it because it's only a fill layer, right? So you need to create one new fill layer for each time. And in this case, for example, I'm not doing a projection from the entire body, but I'm doing a projection only for the arms, for example. So in this case, you can see that I will try to match that, make it in the right position, and controlling the hardness of the depth of this map, the projection depth. We can control and see how deep this projection will go. So in this case, I will try to match the arm from the side, and then I will do the same from the front and from the back. So in this way, we can have more details in areas where we need it. And then again, as I said before, this is a new layer, a new fill layer with a mask. So whatever we don't like or we don't want, we will be able to, with that mask, to remove it with a soft brush and to get all these areas merged with the previous projections. So I'm not going to talk much more in this process because it's all really repetitive and there is not a lot of new things in this. So I will leave you to see the entire process, and so you will have some ideas of what areas are important and some of the things that you need to consider. But feel free, again, I'm speeding up this process, but as I mentioned before in some other classes, feel free to speed up the process if you feel that you already got the point with this. But it's good to see and understand how long it takes, let's say, to get these things done, and how we need to go in detail and try to remove all the unwanted areas of the projection. So I will leave you with the time lapse and see you in the next lesson.